types of white cells. And then lymphoid tissue is like your spleen, your lymph nodes, your tonsils. There you only make lymphocytes and monocytes, okay? That's all. And here's something I didn't tell you. What is a band cell or a stem cell? Watch, one picture. Here is a neutrophil. And I'm going to do it with 3 lobes. Nucleus. That's a mature. Okay? That's a mature. I don't have to draw it. That's my picture. See? The stage just before it becomes mature, the nucleus looks like the letter C. In other words, instead of looking like this, the nucleus looks like this. Sometimes the way. And that's an immature neutrophil, and we call that a band cell or a stem cell. You know why it's important? If you have a lot of them, what is it telling me? They're being released too early. Why are they being released too early? You must have an infection. Does that make sense, folks? Everybody understand that? So if you have a lot of band cells, in your peripheral blood, I know you're releasing them what? From your marrow too early, right? And you must have it's another clue. Now, put that off, and I'll do it again later. Remember the NK cells that kill the viral infected cells? You know how they do it? They inject into the cell a chemical called perforin that punches holes in the cell membrane. Okay, similar to what those little defenses do. And anyway, I'll do perforins with you again later.
What is it called, doctor?
Yeah.
What is it called?
Perforin. The NK cells release I'm sorry, this is what I say. Perforin. Now, this is important hint. What's a differential? It's actually, differential white blood cell count. The old way of doing it. Today it's all done amazingly by machine. But we used to do in the hospital, you sit with a microscope. I didn't do it. The lab techs have done that, other lab techs. And you look in and you start to move your slide, and next to you, you have what looks like a miniature typewriter. It's like a counter. Okay? Single row. You have 7 keys. One key has a picture of a neutrophil. So every time you see a neutrophil, you hit that key. Next to it is a key for what? Monocytes, lymphocytes, you with me? And also the what? Band cells, the immature. And you look in, and technicians got the keys memorized, and and they move the slide, and they go, oh, lymphocyte, boom, up, eosinophil, boom, up, neutrophil, boom, boom, boom. And the machine rings when you hit 100 cells, when you counted 100. And now you look, and it's going to tell you, out of 100 cells, what percent are what? Neutrophils? Wow. What percent are lymphocytes? You with me? What percent are eosinophils? And that's called the differential count. It doesn't tell you the number of white cells. It tells you what? The percentage. You all with me? Hint. What does it tell you? It tells you in that patient's blood what percent of the cells are neutrophils, what percent are lymphocytes. That is extremely important diagnostically. Like I mentioned earlier, if you have a white cell count that tells me what? How many white cells you have, and it's what? Really high. And I notice it's mostly what? Neutrophils from the differential count. I know it's an acute infection, something you just got. If I notice you have a high white cell count, that's general, And then I look at the differential, and most of them are lymphocytes. I know you have a chronic infection. If I see a huge number of eosinophils out of 100, then I got to assume you got a parasitic infection or some other things, you know. Got the idea? So if you're a physician, you know, when the lab report comes back and you're sick, they want to know what is your total white cell count, then they want to know what is your differential count. That makes sense to you? Okay?